Step into a tribute like no other, where we honor the wrestling legends whose impact still echoes through the sport. Their passion and dedication shaped generations, leaving behind unforgettable legacies. We also bring you heartfelt updates on Bret the Hitman Hart, whose recent news has deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we celebrate their stories, cherish their influence, and ensure their memories live on. Subscribe now to be part of this lasting tribute to wrestling's greatest icons. Tim White, born on March 25, 1954, was a notable figure in professional wrestling, known for his dual roles as a referee and producer. He passed away at the age of 68. White began his career in the wrestling industry in the 1970s and quickly became recognized for his dedication and professionalism. He made a name for himself in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where he served as a referee for some of the most significant matches of the era, including high-profile contests featuring legendary wrestlers. Beyond officiating matches, White was also involved in various behind-the-scenes roles, contributing to the creative aspects of the business. His extensive experience and knowledge made him a respected figure among his peers and a mentor to many young talents entering the industry. One of the most memorable storylines he was part of involved his friendship with the late wrestler Andre the Giant, with whom he shared a deep bond. This connection added a layer of depth to his character, making him a beloved personality in the wrestling community. White's passing was a significant loss to the wrestling world, as he was remembered not only for his contributions to the sport, but also for his kindness and dedication to those around him. His legacy continues to resonate, inspiring future generations of wrestlers and referees. Tim White will be remembered as a true professional who made a lasting impact on the wrestling industry. Nature Boy Buddy Landel, born on September 24, 1961, in Memphis, Tennessee, was a professional wrestler known for his charismatic personality and flamboyant style. He began his wrestling career in the early 1980s, quickly gaining a reputation for his impressive athleticism and showmanship. Inspired by the legendary Ric Flair, Landel adopted the Nature Boy moniker, emulating Flair's persona while carving out his own niche in the wrestling world. Landel's early career saw him competing in various regional promotions, including the Continental Wrestling Association, CWA, where he became a fan favorite. His remarkable talent led him to the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, where he gained national exposure. In 1985, he won the NWA World Television Championship, solidifying his status as a top contender in the industry. Throughout his career, Buddy Landel showcased his skills in multiple promotions, including World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. He was known for his high-energy matches and ability to connect with audiences, often incorporating elements of humor into his performances. Despite facing personal struggles, including battles with addiction, Landel remained a beloved figure in the wrestling community. After a career spanning over 3 decades, Landel passed away at the age of 53. His legacy endures through the memories of fans and fellow wrestlers who admired his talent and charisma. Landel is remembered not only for his contributions to wrestling, but also for his larger-than-life persona that captivated audiences around the world. Dino Bravo, born in 1948 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, was a professional wrestler who rose to prominence in the 1970s and 1980s. Known for his immense strength, Bravo's athleticism and powerful physique earned him the nickname the Canadian Strongman. He initially competed in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, before joining the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he became one of the most recognizable faces of the era. Bravo's in-ring persona was that of a brash, arrogant villain, often portraying a patriotic Canadian who disrespected American wrestlers. His biggest achievement came in 1986 when he won the WWF World Tag Team Championship alongside his partner Greg the Hammer Valentine. Despite his wrestling success, Bravo faced personal challenges, including rumors of involvement in organized crime and the illicit drug trade. These rumors were later confirmed to be part of the circumstances surrounding his untimely death. On March 10, 1993, Bravo was found dead at the age of 44 in his home in Montreal, the victim of a brutal shooting. The murder was believed to be tied to Bravo's involvement with the Montreal Mafia, and though several theories exist, his death remains unresolved. It is speculated that his association with organized crime made him a target, and he paid the ultimate price for his connections. The impact of Bravo's death was profound, especially within the wrestling community, where he was remembered for his contributions to the sport and for his character work. His family was deeply affected, and his passing left a void in the hearts of many who admired him both as a performer and as a person. Though his life was cut short, Dino Bravo's legacy continues to resonate. His story remains a cautionary tale of the dangers of mixing fame with criminal activity, and he is remembered for his pivotal role in wrestling history. Jean Lebel, born on October 9, 1932, was a legendary figure in the world of professional wrestling, martial arts, and stunt performance. Known as the Godfather of Grappling, he made significant contributions to both wrestling and mixed martial arts throughout his illustrious career. Lebel began his journey in martial arts at a young age, training in judo, wrestling, and other disciplines, which laid the foundation for his future accomplishments. In the 1950s, Lebel transitioned to professional wrestling, where his exceptional grappling skills quickly garnered attention. He became a prominent figure in various wrestling promotions, including the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, where he was celebrated for his athleticism and technical prowess. His larger-than-life persona and captivating performances earned him a dedicated fan base. Beyond wrestling, Lebel was a skilled stuntman and fight choreographer, contributing to numerous films and television shows, including classics like The Green Hornet and The A-Team. His expertise in both wrestling and martial arts made him a sought-after consultant in the film industry. Lebel was also known for his role in popularizing mixed martial arts, helping bridge the gap between traditional wrestling and modern combat sports. He passed away at the age of 89. Jean Lebel's legacy endures, remembered not only for his incredible athletic abilities, but also for his influence on the evolution of wrestling and combat sports, inspiring generations of fighters and entertainers. Fabulous Moolah, born Mary Lillian Ellison on July 22, 1923, was a pioneering figure in professional wrestling and a trailblazer for women in the sport. She passed away on November 2, 2007, at the age of 84. Moolah began her wrestling career in the 1940s, a time when the sport was predominantly male-dominated. Over her lengthy career, she became one of the most influential and enduring figures in professional wrestling. Her impact was particularly significant in the women's division, where she played a crucial role in establishing and popularizing women's wrestling. Moolah is best known for her record-setting reign as the NWA World Women's Champion, a title she held for nearly 30 years, from 1956 to 1984. This lengthy tenure made her one of the longest-reigning champions in the history of professional wrestling. Her dominance in the ring, combined with her ability to draw crowds and generate interest in women's matches, helped elevate the status of female wrestlers during a time when they had limited exposure. Beyond her in-ring success, Fabulous Moolah also made significant contributions as a manager and promoter. She trained numerous future stars of women's wrestling and was known for her role in mentoring and guiding younger wrestlers, helping to shape the future of the sport. Moolah's legacy is complex. While she is celebrated for her pioneering contributions and the barriers she broke, her career was also marred by controversies, including allegations of exploitation and mismanagement of female wrestlers under her tutelage. Despite these issues, her influence on professional wrestling, particularly women's wrestling, remains substantial. Her career paved the way for future generations of female wrestlers and established her as a legendary figure in the history of the sport. Charlie Norris, born on October 21, 1963, was a notable professional wrestler who made significant contributions to the wrestling industry throughout the 1990s. he gained prominence in various wrestling promotions, particularly in the independent circuit and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Known for his athleticism and charisma, Norris quickly captured the attention of fans and promoters alike. Norris's wrestling style combined traditional techniques with high-flying maneuvers, allowing him to engage audiences with his dynamic performances. He was often seen as a rising star, sharing the ring with many prominent wrestlers of his time, including the likes of Steve Austin and Scott Hall. His passion for the sport and dedication to honing his craft helped him develop a loyal fan base. During his career, Norris held multiple championships, showcasing his talent and determination to succeed in a competitive environment. Beyond the ring, he was known for his friendly demeanor and willingness to help younger wrestlers, serving as a mentor to many aspiring talents. Sadly, Norris passed away at the age of 59. His death marked a significant loss for the wrestling community, which remembered him not only for his contributions to the sport, but also for his positive influence on those around him. Charlie Norris's legacy endures through the memories of fans and fellow wrestlers who continue to celebrate his impact on professional wrestling and his commitment to the craft he loved. Ole Anderson, born Alan Robert Rogowski on September 22, 1942, was a highly influential figure in professional wrestling, both as a wrestler and a booker. Known primarily for his role in the formation of the Four Horsemen, Anderson's career left an indelible mark on the sport. His tough, no-nonsense style in the ring and his behind-the-scenes influence helped shape wrestling for decades. Anderson's wrestling career began in the 1960s, where he adopted the persona of a rugged heel wrestler. He gained fame as a member of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, a dominant tag team alongside his kayfabe brother Gene Anderson. Together, they won numerous championships in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and built a reputation as one of the best tag teams of the era. However, Anderson's most lasting contribution to wrestling came in the 1980s when he co-founded the Four Horsemen, one of the most iconic factions in professional wrestling history. Alongside Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Tully Blanchard, the group redefined what a wrestling faction could be, becoming synonymous with excellence in the ring and ruthless dominance. Beyond his work in the ring, Ole Anderson was also a respected booker and promoter. His time in the Georgia Championship Wrestling, and later as a booker for Jim Crockett Promotions, helped elevate both territories and cemented his reputation as a sharp mind in the business. His influence extended far beyond his wrestling persona, as he was instrumental in shaping many of the storylines and talent development during his time behind the scenes. Ole Anderson passed away at the age of 81, leaving behind a complex and influential legacy in professional wrestling. His contributions as a wrestler, booker, and founding member of one of wrestling's most legendary factions have ensured his place in the annals of wrestling history. His impact on the sport continues to be felt as he remains a revered figure among wrestling fans and historians. Bret, the Hitman Hart is more than just a name in the world of professional wrestling. It's a symbol of excellence, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to the art of wrestling. Known for his technical skill, emotional depth, and dedication to storytelling, Hart has cemented his place as one of the most revered figures in wrestling history. While recent health concerns have caused a stir among fans, the reality of his health challenges speaks to his remarkable fighting spirit, his ability to overcome adversity, and the enduring strength of his legacy. A legacy built on perseverance. Bret Hart's journey in professional wrestling is a testament to perseverance and determination. From his humble beginnings in Calgary, Alberta, Hart rose through the ranks to become one of the most successful and influential wrestlers of all time. His career spanned decades and was marked by both tremendous highs and significant personal and professional challenges. Despite a series of health setbacks, including a debilitating stroke and a battle with cancer, Hart's fighting spirit has remained steadfast. His story is not just about triumph in the ring, but about the resilience to bounce back when life throws its most formidable challenges. The recent rumors surrounding his health highlight his strength not only as a wrestler, but also as a person, navigating the physical and emotional toll that comes with fame and physical exertion. The stroke that changed everything. Bret Hart's life was irrevocably altered in 2002, 2 years after his retirement from in-ring competition. While riding his bicycle, Hart suffered a massive stroke that left him partially paralyzed. This was a catastrophic moment in his life, not just for the physical toll it took, but because it forced him to confront his own mortality. For a man who had been so physically dominant and mentally sharp during his wrestling career, the stroke was a cruel reminder of how quickly things can change. At first, the prognosis seemed bleak. Hart was unable to walk or speak, and his recovery was a long and grueling process. However, as anyone who knew him could expect, Hart refused to accept defeat. He embarked on an intensive rehabilitation process, regaining the ability to walk and speak. The journey was far from easy, and the effects of the stroke left permanent physical limitations. Yet through it all, his passion for wrestling and his connection with his fans remained unshaken. Hart continued to make public appearances, participate in interviews, and even mentor younger wrestlers. His determination to not let the stroke define him was a reflection of the very same tenacity that had made him a legend in the ring. The stroke may have changed his life in ways he hadn't anticipated, but it never dimmed the fire that drove him. Battling cancer, a true champion's spirit. In 2016, Bret Hart's health challenges continued with the discovery that he had prostate cancer. This diagnosis was yet another blow to a man who had already faced so much. For fans, it was another reminder that the legend of the Hitman was not immune to life's harsh realities. However, as with the stroke, Hart tackled this new challenge with the same resilience and determination that he had brought to the wrestling ring throughout his career. Hart underwent surgery to remove the cancer, and just a few months later, he was able to announce that he was cancer-free. This victory over prostate cancer was monumental, not just as a personal triumph, but also as an inspiration to others. Hart's courage in the face of such a grave illness motivated many, particularly men, to get regular checkups and take their health seriously. Through his openness about his own battle with cancer, Hart helped raise awareness about prostate cancer and the importance of early detection. His willingness to speak candidly about his struggles made him a beacon of strength for those facing similar battles. Debunking health rumors. Despite Hart's remarkable recovery from both his stroke and cancer, rumors about his health have continued to circulate, particularly in recent years. As is often the case with high-profile figures, the lack of regular public appearances and updates on his health has led to wild speculation about his condition. These rumors have painted a picture of a man in declining health, far worse than the reality. While it is true that Hart continues to manage the long-term effects of his stroke and cancer, it is essential to separate fact from fiction. Bret Hart has addressed these rumors on numerous occasions, emphasizing that his decision to step back from the public eye is not due to any rapid or drastic decline in his health. Instead, he has chosen to focus on living a quieter life, prioritizing his health and well-being over constant public appearances and the demanding travel schedule that came with his wrestling career. Hart himself has explained that the toll of constant travel and public obligations during his wrestling career had been exhausting. Now, in his later years, he has opted to slow down, spending more time with family and focusing on enjoying the quieter aspects of life. His family has reassured fans that while he continues to manage the after-effects of his stroke and cancer, there is no immediate cause for concern. The physical toll of wrestling. Bret Hart's career was not without its physical tolls. Like many professional wrestlers, he suffered numerous injuries throughout his time in the ring. Perhaps the most infamous of these was the concussion he suffered during a match with Bill Goldberg at WCW Starrcade in 1999. The impact from the botched kick left Hart with post-concussion syndrome, a condition that resulted in persistent headaches, memory issues, and cognitive difficulties. The concussion ultimately forced Hart to retire from in-ring competition, as his health became too fragile to continue wrestling at the high level he demanded of himself. This injury marked the end of Hart's illustrious career, but it did not stop him from continuing to advocate for better safety protocols in wrestling. He used his platform to raise awareness about the risks associated with head injuries and the importance of better concussion management in the sport. As a result, Hart's advocacy helped influence the industry's approach to athlete health and safety, sparking discussions that would lead to changes in the way professional wrestling is handled from a safety perspective. A lasting legacy. Despite the challenges he has faced, Bret Hart's legacy in professional wrestling is secure. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, known for his technical mastery, ring psychology, and ability to tell compelling stories through his matches. His career is filled with iconic moments, rivalries, and championship reigns, but his impact extends far beyond the accolades. One of Hart's most significant contributions to wrestling history is his match against Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13 in 1997. This match is widely considered one of the greatest in the history of professional wrestling and was a turning point for both men. For Austin, the match marked the beginning of his rise to superstardom, while for Hart, it solidified his place as one of the greatest wrestlers to ever step into the ring. The match was a masterclass in storytelling, with Hart's technical prowess and Austin's raw, rebellious energy creating a moment that transcended the sport. Additionally, Bret Hart's influence on Canadian wrestling cannot be overstated. Growing up in Calgary, Hart was surrounded by wrestling, and his family played a key role in shaping his career. His father, Stu Hart, was a legendary promoter and trainer, and Bret learned the art of wrestling from an early age. The Hart family dungeon, where Bret trained, became one of the most renowned wrestling schools in history, producing a number of successful wrestlers, including Chris Jericho, Edge, and many others. Bret Hart's impact on the Canadian wrestling scene is immeasurable, and his contributions to the wrestling community continue to reverberate. Addressing current concerns. As concerns about Bret Hart's health continue to swirl, it's important to focus on the facts rather than the rumors. Bret Hart is no longer the frequent public figure he once was, but this does not indicate a rapid decline in his health. Instead, it reflects his desire to live a more private and peaceful life. He continues to manage the after-effects of his stroke and cancer treatments, but remains a cherished figure in the wrestling community. Fans can rest assured that while Hart's health is a concern, his legacy and influence are far from diminished. He continues to make occasional appearances at conventions and special events, where he shares his wealth of knowledge with fans and aspiring wrestlers. His wisdom and experience are invaluable to the wrestling community, and his respect within the industry is unmatched. The future for Bret Hart. Though Bret Hart has largely stepped away from the public eye, his influence on the wrestling world is far from over. He continues to be a figurehead of Canadian wrestling and an inspiration to future generations of wrestlers. His contributions to the sport, both in terms of his in-ring ability and his advocacy for wrestler safety, have left a lasting imprint on the industry. Hart is also active in philanthropic endeavors, particularly in raising awareness about stroke prevention and prostate cancer. Through his personal battles, he has become a voice for others facing similar health challenges. His advocacy has inspired countless individuals to take their health seriously and to seek early detection and medical care. Conclusion: the heart of a champion. Bret Hart's life is a living testament to the spirit of a champion. His journey, both in and out of the ring, has been one of perseverance, resilience, and unwavering strength. Whether facing the physical toll of wrestling, battling life-threatening illnesses, or enduring personal setbacks, Hart has proven time and time again that true greatness is measured not just by victories, but by the courage to rise again after every fall. As rumors about his health continue to circulate, it is essential to focus on the facts. Bret Hart is still fighting. His legacy as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time is secure, and his impact on the industry remains immense. Though his body may bear the scars of a life lived in the spotlight, his spirit remains unbreakable. Bret Hart is, and always will be, the Hitman, a true icon of wrestling and a warrior in life. Through his ongoing battle with adversity, Bret Hart continues to inspire, proving that a champion's heart is defined not by accolades, but by the ability to face life's greatest challenges with unrelenting strength. His future, much like his legacy, remains bright and filled with potential, and his influence will undoubtedly endure for generations to come.